Hello and welcome to another episode of Low Tech Health. Let ourselves translate expert knowledge. It's me, your host, Brad Burns. I'm back on Meatless, Eatless, Mental Mushroom Monday, and I tell you, I've had a radio silence that's very recuperating for me, very rejuvenating, very reinvigorating. I feel ready to talk to you a little bit more. And what is it we'll be talking about? Well, unwinding some of these odd, fraudulent control mechanisms that we have not only in our own lives in these meatless, eatless, mental mushroom Mondays ways, but in the healthcare industry itself. This week we'll talk quite a bit about what just happened with Abbott, a 2017 Justice Department case of a fraud, Medicare fraud going all the way back to 2013, has just settled $126 million Abbott will pay, and it is 30 of that to the whistleblower, GG. Quite interesting that his name is initials GG. Quite a GG indeed to blow the lid off of this fraud, this free and no-cost way of insuring and selling. And this might be one of the last weeks I have on YouTube, because I'm going to start seeking out other routes. Social media has become quite a utility, and it's being turned into a censorship free-for-all, in which if your narrative doesn't match what is on the mainstream, you are very likely to be subjugated and sabotaged. And I'm not really into that. I don't really like making myself too big of a target. I enjoy doing these because it's fun just to talk and get my mouth moving. I miss letting ourselves translate expert knowledge to patients in the hospital, and I don't really have that space to leap out and just talk to random strangers, because they're not always that interested in being told things. I've heard it can be seen as lecturing when you talk too much to someone, but I don't know exactly how to initiate words back if there's no real interest in what I'm talking about. And I know it's boring to talk about fraud, insurance, the way the financial institutions of the world have pivoted themselves to keep you poor. But why oh why can we avoid this pit of being bored by something that controls our very lives, central banks, and the distribution of currencies, and the monetary system that we purchase food, gas, our very lives depend off of? What is inflation? We'll be talking about this in the next months as well, because it's something that is not getting better. Inflation is where your dollar, your US dollar, has become so watered down that the same product a year ago is now 10 times as much. Or it is in a smaller package, which you're seeing more and more. Inflation is very real, and the healthcare industry has not helped. It's a little bit of a bloody mess when you start to think about big pharma and the control mechanisms of insurance and mobility, as far as accruing wealth, purchasing power, being able to provide for your family, and even have a shelter, a home. So with that, Abbott, $126 million is a drop in the bucket. There's more fraud to be uncovered in these years to come. I guarantee it. And the sad part is it took 5 years from the initial beginning of this investigation in 2016 and the dissolution of the company in 2017 for $126 million. And how much? They gave 200 odd products to people who were dead for 2 weeks. They gave glucose strips at free or no cost to people who are dead for 2 weeks. Now, this is a system that is increasingly fraudulent. And we're going to talk more about that tomorrow on Let's Talk Chickers on Taco Tuesdays. Thanks for listening. Miss you guys. Love you.